grand scheme of Days of Our Lives, 45 years, you're relatively new to the show. Did you know coming into the show a lot about it? Were you fans before you started?
I was not. I didn't watch the show. I've heard about this little show that's been going on for 45 years.
Right.
No, I knew about it. Actually, my babysitter used to watch it. I remember the Hourglass and everything.
Right.
And that's basically when she told me to just like, all right, you're on your own now, kid. And she was riveted. Yeah, I never told my parents that. That's what my babysitter abused me. And that's why I'm like I am.
But it worked out because now you're on the show.
Stop talking about it now.
I'll say I knew about Days of Our Lives because of Friends.
Okay.
Dr. Drake Amore, but that's
right. Which I think is a good, because you were on Friends, but you were not one of his soap opera co-stars.
No, I wasn't. I was Jennifer's gynecologist.
Exactly.
Or Rachel's. Let's be clear.
Rachel.
I don't know. I thought you just gave me an exclusive for a minute there.
All right.
Out to these fan events, do you find that you see the same faces all the time? Do you start to recognize people, get to know people?
I recognize some, there's some new ones, but there's some people like definitely hardcore, loyal fans who are here.
And because of Twitter. I
was going to ask, I mean, you guys are active on Twitter. I mean, what makes you want to do that?
You know what, for me personally, I was on the fence. I'm like, you know what, I'm not great about letting my personal life fly, so to speak. But there is a wonderful connection that you can actually have with the fans. When you're at work, or you're talking about what you're kind of going through, and because these people have invested in their personal life. And it's kind of nice and refreshing to share back, and you get this instant response.
Yeah. Now, these days, soaps seem to be bigger, louder, faster, which I think pushes the story forward in a good way. Have you been surprised by any of the developments that have come up for your characters? That maybe storylines have moved faster than you were expecting them to?
The pace for me. She comes up with an illness here pretty soon, a life-threatening illness.
That happened so fast.
Extraordinary how quickly that story went.
Some of the things go so fast, and some of the things could take so long. And I wonder, I feel like an illness should have probably
carried that
out. We were in and out of that.
We were in it, great.
I'm out and about. I'm running around.
Back to work the next day.
So it couldn't have been too life-threatening, I guess, if we were looking at it that way, or it could come back.
See, all of that's possible because you weren't thorough. And then I'll be up on lawsuits, and my life will be hell again. I'll be drinking in a gutter.
Do you find it more fun to play I'm happy and I'm in a relationship that I feel good about, or do you enjoy?
I like the combination. I mean, romance and passion is so much fun because it's exciting to go to work. Turmoil is another dimension, but I think if you have too much of either one of them, you start craving the other. Does that make sense?
Okay.
If your life's being tormented and you're going through hell, you're like, oh my God, I just want to see where I could laugh.
Right.
Joke and be light and romantic. And, so yeah, you want a little bit of all of it. And I think that's what's great about Days is that it does encompass the passion, the romance, the heartache.
For you going forward, I mean, the storyline moving back home effectively with Philip's parents, is that something that you would ever do?
Yeah, absolutely.
Take your time, think about it.
Well, no, you don't have to send this to your mom.
No. I love my mom and dad, and they're going to move out to California in a few years. We're all going to live in the same general area.
Right.
I would never.
Well said. Mom, Dad, if you think you're moving in the mansion.
Right.
Although
Not so much.
You'll be in the general area.
Yeah. No, we'll be like the Kennedys where they all have houses right next to each other.
In the compound.
In the compound.
I mean, there's so many strong Bo and Carly fans out there. And then Daniel comes in, and it turns out they've had a relationship that nobody got to really see. Do you find that, do you get that reaction from people like, how dare you? Or people...
No, look, I'm a nuisance in everybody's relationship. Chloe, Bo and Carly, it is. Well, there's this great history that people have established on this show that Daniel hasn't done. So what Daniel is doing now, he is creating those moments for down the way or whatever you want to call it, and even his father-daughter. They're creating history now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whereas there are these great fans who have been exposed to a wonderful history that these characters have laid out. So yeah, people sort of take it out personally when you get invested in their lives, in their fantasy couples, and they're in their couples that they've invested in.
Awesome.
So yeah, it's a love-hate relationship I have with those people.
I see that like Blair and Chuck on Gossip Girl. If anybody got in between that, I would be super mad.
All right, there you go.
I'm gonna end up DanJo.
Nice.
Myself.
DanJo.
Nice. That's a good one.
That'll be my life.
Damn,
What's he part of now? DanJo.